Level 1. The patient. You're 19. You wrecked your shoulder playing intramural football, and a doctor you saw for 11 minutes sent you home with a bottle of painkillers, 30 pills. You needed 6. The rest sit in your medicine cabinet like loose change. Then one night at a party, a guy you barely know asks if you still have them. He's not sick. He offers you $40. You hesitate for exactly 4 seconds. That hesitation is the last time this will ever feel like a decision. You hand over the bottle. $40 for trash in your cabinet. It feels like free money. It always feels like free money at level 1. You don't know it yet, but you just committed a felony in under a minute. And the only reason nothing happened is that nobody was watching. Nobody watches level 1. That comes later. Level 2, the middleman. Word travels. You're not a dealer. That's what you tell yourself. You're a guy who knows guys. A coworker's wisdom teeth came out, and she doesn't like how the pills make her feel. Your roommate's grandmother passed and left behind a nightstand full of prescriptions nobody thought to throw away. You become the person who connects leftover bottles to people who want them. You take a cut, 60 here, 100 there. You keep the cash in a shoebox because putting it in the bank feels like admitting something. Your phone starts buzzing at strange hours. The people texting you are polite at first, then they're desperate. You notice that the same 5 names come back every single week, and they never buy less than last time, always more. You tell yourself they're adults. You tell yourself it's medicine. It literally says medicine on the label. That's the lie that makes this whole industry run, and you just swallowed it whole. Level 3, the campus plug. You're 21 now and you have a territory, even though you'd never use that word. 2 dorm buildings, 1 gym, 1 restaurant kitchen where half the staff has a back injury and the other half has a habit. Finals week is your Black Friday. Kids who've never broken a rule in their lives buy focus pills from you like they're buying energy drinks. You clear $2,000 in a good week. You buy a used Lexus. You tell your parents the restaurant promoted you. Your mom hugs you and says she's proud, and something in your chest goes cold and stays cold. But here's what's changing. You're no longer selling leftovers. Leftovers can't meet demand. Now you're buying from a guy who buys from a guy. And every handoff up that chain is someone more serious than you. The first time you meet your supplier's supplier, he doesn't shake your hand. He just looks at you the way a farmer looks at livestock. You are not a businessman to these people. You are a distribution channel with a heartbeat. Level 4, the supplier's guy. You've proven you can move volume and keep your mouth shut, so now you get the wholesale treatment, sealed bottles, hundreds of pills at a time. You stop counting in pills and start counting in bottles. And that little shift in vocabulary is doing something to your soul that you won't understand for years. You're making $8,000 a month. You have 3 runners under you, college kids, just like you were at level 3, taking all the street risk for a fraction of the money, exactly like you did. The pyramid doesn't change. You just moved up 1 row of bricks. One of your runners gets pulled over with product in his glove box. He's 20. He calls you crying from booking. You don't answer. Your supplier told you the rule on day 1. A runner who gets caught stops existing to you. You block his number. You hire his replacement by Friday. You sleep fine that night, and the fact that you sleep fine scares you more than the arrest did. Level 5, the operator. You're 24. You don't touch pills anymore. You touch phones. 3 of them. You coordinate between 2 supply sources and a dozen sellers across half the city. You've got a car wash owner who runs your cash through his register for 15%. You've got a girlfriend who thinks you flip cars. You've got a mortgage, paid in money orders, bought at 4 different grocery stores because you read somewhere that patterns get flagged. You're making $40,000 a month and you can't show a dollar of it to anyone you love. Here's what nobody tells you about this level. The product is changing underneath you. The pharmacies tightened up. The doctors got scared. The states built databases that talk to each other. Real pills, factory pills, the kind with the markings your customers trust, are drying up everywhere. Your supplier's prices double, then double again. And then one day he shows up with the same pills at half the old price. And they look perfect, and you don't ask a single question. That silence is the most expensive thing you will ever buy. Level 6, the counterfeit turn. The pills aren't pills. You know it. You knew it the moment the price dropped. They're pressed, made in someone's garage with a machine bought online, dyed and stamped to look like the real thing, and inside them is whatever the presser felt like that day. Some have almost nothing. Some are hot. Nobody's measuring. Nobody up the chain cares because the people up the chain will never meet a customer. But you have met your customers. You know their names. You sold to a kid named Tyler for 2 years. Nice kid, tipped you once like you were a waiter. On a Tuesday in March, Tyler takes one pill from a batch you moved, falls asleep on his couch, and doesn't wake up. He was 22. The news calls it an accidental overdose. His mother on camera says he wasn't an addict, he had a bad back. He thought it was real medicine. You watch the segment 4 times. Then you turn off the TV and take a delivery because you have $40,000 of obligations a month and grief is not an accepted currency. You tell yourself he could have bought it anywhere. Maybe he could have. But he bought it from you. Level 7, the name on a whiteboard. You don't know this is happening, so let me show you. In a federal building downtown, there's a conference room. And in that conference room, there's a whiteboard. And on that whiteboard, there's a chart of names connected by lines. Tyler's death opened a file. The file found your runner, the one you blocked, the one you left crying in booking, the one who has spent 2 years thinking about what you did. He talked in one afternoon. Your name goes on the board with a question mark. Then agents pull phone records and the question mark comes off. For 5 months, your life is a museum exhibit. They photograph your Lexus. They flag your money orders. All 4 grocery stores, it turns out patterns do get flagged. They sit outside the car wash with a camera and a thermos. You feel it before you know it. Deals that always went smooth get weird. A customer you've known for years asks questions customers don't ask. Your supplier goes quiet for 9 days. You tell your girlfriend you're thinking about getting out, moving somewhere warm, going legit. You say it out loud in your own kitchen. The agents listening to your kitchen make a note of the time. Level 8, the raid, 6:04 a.m. on a Thursday. The front door comes off its hinges and the house fills with shouting and rifle lights. You're face down on your own hallway floor in your underwear while a K9 walks past your head. Your girlfriend is screaming your name from the bedroom. That sound, her voice saying your name like that, is the sound you will hear for the rest of your life. They take the phones. They take the shoebox you never got rid of. They take the Lexus. And in an evidence bag, an agent carries out a sandwich bag of pressed pills. And on the bag's label, in a cop's neat handwriting, is a case number that starts with the year and ends with the rest of your life. In the interview room, they don't ask if you did it. They show you the chart from the whiteboard. Your face is in the middle. They know your runners, your suppliers, your car wash guy, who, by the way, flipped 6 weeks ago and has been wearing a wire at your Sunday meetings. They say one word you've been pretending not to think about for a year. Tyler. Level 9, the sentence. Here's the math nobody explains at level 1. Selling a dead man's leftover painkillers at a party. Probably probation, if anyone even bothered. But the pills that killed Tyler were fake, and the thing inside them puts you in a different universe of law, and distribution resulting in death carries a mandatory minimum of 20 years. Federal. No parole. Your lawyer is good, and good means he gets it knocked down because you weren't the presser, just the pipe. You take a plea. 14 years. You're 26. You'll be 40. At sentencing, Tyler's mother reads a statement. She doesn't yell. That's the worst part. She just describes, in a level voice, what a Tuesday feels like now. You try to hold her eyes and you can't. The judge asks if you have anything to say. You had 14 years of words ready. You manage 11 of them. Level 10, the cycle. You're in a federal medium in another state. Your girlfriend wrote for a year, then didn't. Your mom visits twice a year and ages 5 years between visits. You work in the prison kitchen for 14 cents an hour, which means the $40 bottle at that party, the free money, the 4-second hesitation, works out to be the worst trade in the history of your life. And back home, nothing changed. Your runners scattered and reformed under new management inside a month. The presses are still pressing. The pipeline doesn't grieve and it doesn't pause, because it was never about you. Somewhere tonight, at a party, a guy with a wrecked shoulder and a nearly full bottle is hearing an offer. $40. He's hesitating. 4 seconds. It feels like free money. It always feels like free money at level 1.